So y'all come on over to ask you back. You're on YouTube. I'm Meek the Billionaire. On YouTube, I'm Meek the Billionaire. No, again, I don't know if you've seen me talk about this, but we are not discussing cheese amongst rats, and we only discuss leadership information amongst leaders. Right? Common sense should tell you if leaders are paying $250. If you could just think about something, how my pricing is set for things, you definitely don't know probably me right now. You got to keep learning me, but I don't have nothing for $250. You hear me? Nothing for $250. Not even my consultations are $250. Right? So to get an opportunity to get close and work with me, $250 is a steal for sure. And I haven't ever worked with anybody where I'd never put it. So yeah. All right. So I want you guys to think about something. In the chat, I want you to tell me, how much is your auto loan in the chat? How much is your auto loan in the chat? How much is your auto loan, guys, in the chat? Hi, big business. Thank you for joining us. Somebody said 20K. How much is the whole loan, sis? The whole loan. Somebody said 38K. How much is the whole loan? The whole loan. How much is your whole Carnote? 29K. 15K. 25K. 85K. Okay, so you should really be a leader. 45K. 45, okay. Anybody else? All right. So my next question is, how many people do you know? Oh my God, somebody's on YouTube. Hey, Andre. How many people do you know that have Carnotes off the rip? Off the rip. How many people do you know have Carnotes? Listen, that's why Andre was not playing. He was like, y'all can sleep if y'all want to. But he said his is 120. He has 3 cars at 120 on YouTube. 3 cars at 120. So listen, right? Andre with 3 cars at 120. And if Andre said, can you get rid of this for us? And we say, sure, we would just take 10% of that. We need 10%. We need 10%. How much will Andre be giving? How much will Andre be donating to our ministry? If Andre has 120,000, right? And how much would he be donating at 10%? Right? If he has 120 in loans, how much would he be donating? How much would be donated? How much would be donated? If he had 150, how much would be donated? If he had 50,000, right? Right. So he would donate 12,000, right? Andre's a leader who signed up for 250 for a leadership meeting. He wasn't sleeping. He understand the assignment. You understand what I'm saying, y'all? He gets the assignment, right? And so 250 to essentially gather 20 individuals together so they can get the information to help themselves and their own families, right? They're going to learn about Q-sips and all that kind of stuff, right? So just imagine, is that not, oh, I have to use my energy to gather 20 individuals together who all got corners, who all need this information, right? Just imagine the level of thinking, though. So not only did he only pay 250 that he can keep recycling every fucking car he get. He getting information that he can keep recycling on with his kids. He getting information that his grandkids ain't ever. Once he got the game, you got the game. Nobody can take it from you. Once you know, and can't nobody take that shit from you. Nothing is more powerful than education. Y'all thinking 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 7 and 8 times. No, when I dropped that motherfucking flyer for the class, motherfuckers gonna wish they was a leader. They gonna wish they was a leader. I'm not slow. I know exactly what I'm doing. Only people who are slow is those who are slow to be thinking about, oh, I gotta think about, okay, 250. What are you thinking about? Like what process? How does your brain work? The people you bring to class, Javonda, whatever I speak about with leaders is a leadership conversation. You have to understand that, like, since you keep asking the same questions and you're not comprehending something, you're not going to get anything off the surface from me because I'm not surfaced. I'm not waving anything flashy in front of your eyes to convince you of anything. I'm not convincing you of shit. You either get it or you don't. You know what I'm saying? Like, some people would be neat. I'm not with none of that. Actually, I would rather you not be a leader and you just pay the full fucking price. Because at that position, I know how I got to deal with you. See, I'm gonna deal with my leaders different. I'm gonna deal with the other student. I'm gonna deal with the students different. Leadership leaders got a different kind of energy. You have the vibrational frequency of a student, so you should just be patient. Wait for us to drop the flyer for student entry, and then you can join based on that. You understand what I'm saying? But my leaders are not students. They're probably my mentees or people that are following me and coming up under me. But that's it. Like, other than that, they're not the ones that they're gathering. That's not what it is for them. Okay, they're gonna be paying attention. They're gonna follow directions and they're gonna comprehend. Because if you will lead, you sign for leadership, the first thing you got to do is comprehend. Comprehension is very important. If your level of comprehension is not there, we ain't gonna be able to. It's not gonna be good for us. You understand what I'm saying? And I'm just being honest. Like, you know who you are. You know if you're a leader and you know if you're not. And I still appreciate people who are not leaders, but I'm giving all the responsibility to leaders. Right? So who much is given, much is required. I want to deal with people who on the front line. I need frontliners. I don't need people who and behind the scenes. Like I got to know, I got to make sure everything is set up properly first before I make a move. I got to make sure all my fears and shit is all together before I move forward. I got to make sure I quiet all the noise in my brain before I move forward. No, leaders think leadership energy is okay. I'm a leader. My responsibility is to bring 20 people together who all have card notes. They all need this information. Common sense would say they all need this information, right? I know that I'm not paying for class. I know what my responsibility is. I understand that what team means. I know what team. Together, each achieves more. I'm building a team right now. I'm building a team. Low key, I'm building a team, and my leaders will know who they're going to hear me. They're going to it's going to resonate with them. They're not going to be asking me shit like that. Like that already go to show me that it ain't you. You know what I'm saying? And there's no. I'm not being rude. I'm not trying to be harsh. I just got to keep it 100 with you. Like, yeah, this is what it is, and it's okay because you may not be a leader. You may just need to comprehend what you need to do for yourself and use that information to help yourself. Do you get it? My leaders going to have different information, right? Because they took the responsibility to go out there and be on the front line. So I'm playing with them. We gonna have a different kind of relationship. We ain't talking about the same shit, right? So my leaders is going to have information, different information. For example, we're gonna go through how to acquire vehicles. I'm only doing that with my leaders. I'm only doing that with my leaders. I'm only talking about acquisition with my leaders. I ain't the fuck talking about that with nobody else. With my taken care of. We can come together and we can, because first of all, this is all for a greater purpose. That's the part that a lot of y'all don't know. I decided to do this because I want to buy a masjid and I want to do my own funding. I want to use my own energy, my own everything. All this is going towards a building fund. All this is going towards something bigger than me, right? And I don't even need to explain none of that to nobody because that's my business, right? I'm just breaking down to y'all. It's for who it's for. You understand what I'm saying? And yes, and that's just it. You get it or you don't. You know. Whew. So now that's it. Now that that's over, I will only be talking about vehicle acquisition with my leaders. That is it. I'm going to have a special day just for leaders where we're talking about how to buy vehicles with no money, how to buy vehicles. I have a meeting. All right. I'm only talking, hey, P, happy birthday. P, I called you to say happy birthday to you, but you didn't answer. But I'm only talking to my leaders tomorrow about how to buy cars. Yeah. The best way to purchase vehicles. That's a leadership conversation. I'm not having that with somebody. We're gonna have two primary functions of the class. The first function is how to get rid of Carnote safely and keep the vehicle safe. The second thing is people who have repos, how to deal with repos and what you need to do. Right? That's it. It's a 2-day class. The bonus day is for leaders only. I'm going to talk to my leaders only on a bonus day, and I'm only going to talk to them about acquisition. My leaders not paying a fucking dime. They paying a fucking $250 for this leadership meeting, and I promise you, they're not paying nothing else. They donate something to me, that's their business, but I'm not asking them for anything because they're helping me get to the goal, right? I need them to get their 20 people together. I need them to have their coins together, and we're going to push through together because we are stronger together, right? Each one achieves more together. We are a team. I'm team building right now, and that's just what it is. I know I need y'all. I need a team in order for me to get to where I'm trying to get to. I'm not going to be able to do it by myself. That's why I'm extending it and saying, all right, leaders, I need y'all to do this because what happens is I know that people who get activated, they comprehending what's going on. People who can act, they comprehending. Yeah, I see it. Somebody told me Damn, me. I really just seen your transformation. Damn, me. I really just seen your transformation. Somebody said they before, right? Well, the people who want to know the price, the people want to know their price. That's not, I'm talking about, I'm gathering my leaders right now. I'm not having that conversation right now with anybody else, right? But just don't worry, because after tomorrow, leadership gonna be closed. It's gonna be who it's gonna be. We're not doing that no more. The opportunity you had to be a leader and you don't take the opportunity, that's your business. We're not having that conversation no more. I'm not, no. You got yesterday, today, and maybe tomorrow in the morning. I'll probably talk about it for a little bit. But our meeting is at 9 a.m. So maybe if I have energy, if I have time, but I want to keep my mind together for my leaders. So I may do another live later. I'm not sure. I have a busy schedule. We have things to do for our trust clients. We are very, very busy. Okay. So the time I have for you guys is now, right? The time I'm talking to you guys about this shit is now. You either get it or you don't, right? We are grown. We are not going to keep repeating the same shit over and over again, because guess what? When you got to repeat the same shit over and over again right now, listen, and another thing, you know what I'm always confused about? When the money comes, you never got to repeat the same shit over to a motherfucker. They can think. You can think when a bag shows up, but you can never fucking think when it's time for you to get activated, right? The bag never shows up without activation. The bag never shows up without following instructions. The bag never shows up without you playing your part. The bag ain't never going to show up unless you're playing your position. It is just what it is. Nobody can think. I'm thinking the fuck for everybody. That's not what I'm trying to do. If I got to think for you, that's a whole different kind of situation. I don't mind thinking for somebody, but you won't have to get consultations every week. If you need me to think for you, you're going to get consultations every week, strategy sessions every week. Try to our best to help you, but trust me, y'all don't want to leaders. They know who they are, you know. And I support. We're going to support the people who are not leaders. We get that too, right? We get that too. And we're not judging people who are not leaders, but I'm specifically just calling for my leaders today, because I only have today is really the last day. Tomorrow was our meeting at 9 a.m. You know, we have things to do. We got shit to get done. These people got these Carnotes. They want to get out of here. They want to, people got other issues. So essentially, my leaders will be able to help individuals who have Carnotes, who have repos, and take care of them. And with that bonus day, they're going to be able to learn how to acquire vehicles. Now, I'm going to give them that information to do with that information, right? That is strictly for my leaders only. I'm not having an acquisition conversation with anybody who's not a leader. All right. Now, QSIPs. How many people have seen QSIPs? How many people? I can't even share on my thing. That's crazy. How many people have seen QSIPs? That is crazy. IG, they gotta be good. How many people have seen QSIPs before? QSIPs. Rodney, did you get a QSIP for your vehicle? Or you just got it for the court case? Okay. Okay, good. So Let's talk about Q-sips real quick. If you guys want to talk about Q-sips, drop Q-sip in the chat one time. If you guys want to have a Q-sip conversation, drop Q-sip in the chat one time. Let me see if I got any new Q-sips that came in today. Let me see, Q-sip. Ronnie, I'm gonna pull up yours. Let's talk about yours real quick. I mean, that is if you don't mind. Ronnie, do you mind? One second. I'm gonna say Rodney. Wait, Rodney, let me pull your Q-sip up real quick. Hell. Well, you guys can't really see. I'm gonna just talk about Rodney Q-sips real quick, right? All right. So Rodney ordered 2 Q-sips. One was for a court case, and one was for his social. Now the Q-sip for the court case was $4 billion for a court case. The Q-sip for the social is 1 billion. Q-sip for the social is 1 billion. Q-sip for the court case is 4 billion, right? I mean, I have an idea of why the court case Q-sip is more, but I don't have really anything to back it up. But I'm just putting 2 and 2 together. Because of the birth certificate is most likely why that a court case one is more. But what I do want to say is I want you guys to put this in the chat. People use Q-sips to get cases dismissed. One of the purposes of Q-sips is to get cases dismissed. One of the purposes of a Q-sip is to get a case dismissed. Right? I've heard people being on probation and, cases disappearing from a Q-sip. Okay? And I mean, there's other things that are coupled with the Q-sip. It's not just the Q-sip. There are things that are coupled with the Q-sip in order to get cases dismissed, right? So that's one thing. The second thing is I see. The second thing is Q-sips. You have an interest in the Q-sip. The second thing is you have an interest. Hi, Denise. You have an interest in the Q-sip. The second thing, you have an interest in the QSIP. So let me just tell you guys, for example, what I've seen. Million. $4 million. That shit can't even go on in my calculator. Listen. Let me just do that. All right. So 1% of 4 billion. All right. 1% of 4 billion. Okay. Sorry, y'all. I'm trying to do my math. All right. Wait a minute. This shit still ain't right. Hold up. Wait a minute, y'all. I'm trying to do my math. I should just put the whole thing in there. $10. Okay. Okay, so it's like 3 million and something, right? Like 3 million and something. Right? 3 million and something. So let's just talk about the 3 million, right? Let's say almost 4 million. Once Rodney starts to handle his affairs through his trustee starts to handle his affairs through his trust, the trustee is going to put the IRS on notice about this QSIP that has his interest in there. So, for example, Rodney may only ask for $30,000 from the QSIP, but the IRS will know that it can never be $30,000. How will the IRS know that it's not $30,000? That his interest is not $30,000? Because he has the actual QSIP to prove that he's due more in interest. You understand what I'm saying? It's not Rodney's responsibility to audit the company. That's what the IRS is for. All right. So what Rodney essentially does is just put the IRS on notice, but he's not going to sit up there and ask for he's an accountant. He's not, or his trustee, like they're an accountant. They're not going to ask for 396 million. They're going to ask for something. They're going to be stupid, right? They're going to be stupid and say, "Oh no, I think it's just 30,000 or something. I think I just have." But the IRS knows that in the law it's 1 to 3%. So they're going to say, if this is the fund and this is the person's interest, are they paying taxes on this? This is how Rodney wakes them up to this fund so he can realize, so he can go get all his interest. The IRS then sends Rodney the balance of his money once they do the accounting. So who does the accounting? The IRS. Who's your accountant? The IRS. I want to tell y'all something. The issue that I see in our community is that we don't know how to do shit. We don't know how to move. We don't know how to move in commerce. We don't know. We just want to. And let me tell you something. It's something that I had to learn too. I had to learn